Happy 4th of July, everybody. If you're just waking up now, it's not too hot. We're in the 80s, but we're going to be checking in with Justin what you can expect for the rest of the day and the rest of your week.
Live from KSAT 12, Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
And good morning to everyone out there. It is now 6 o'clock, of course, 4th of July. A lot of people going to be out and about today. Yes, as we take a look at this giant sign behind us to indicate it is a holiday for sure. But we're glad you're hanging out with us this morning.
Yeah, the big letters just in case you forgot.
Yeah.
You know, we're here to remind you. But we don't have to remind you that it's hot.
Yeah,
you could
definitely not
go
that.
outside this early and already feel the humidity out there.
Absolutely.
And you guys understood the assignment. Very patriotic, blue and red.
Thank you.
I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to specifically call Justin out. But I guess we're doing that now. I was going to say, we're vibing here on 4th of July.
I exhausted all my red and blue ties. But if you combine red and blue, you get purple. So.
Yeah.
Oh, look at you. Taking the sciencey route. Okay.
Behind the desk.
The sciencey route. Anyway, we're starting to see the sun rise out there. It's a nice morning. 80 degrees at the airport, 78 New Braunfels, 75 Bernie, 77 in Kerrville. Just a few morning clouds. They're not going to last very long. We'll see mostly sunny skies. We're on repeat, at least for today. Right back up to 100. Yesterday we got 99. So maybe, just maybe, we stay right below that 100 threshold. But it'll be hot no matter how you slice it. Heat index values will be 100 plus. Here's the good news. We start to see some cooler temperatures by the weekend. Saturday, 30% chance of rain. We get a weak frontal boundary. That kicks up some rain. Then we watch what happens in the tropics, of course, with Hurricane Beryl. And we get to bring in some rain chances Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Hopefully some good tropical downpours at that. We're going to talk much more about our forecast here in San Antonio and what could be a cooler stretch next week. That's coming up in just a couple minutes. But we got to look at the traffic. Not sure why, because there hasn't been much out there. But anything going on, RJ?
Yeah, no major incidents to let you know about if you guys are about to step outside right now for your 6 o'clock hour. If you have to make it out to work or whatever it is you're going to do right now. 35 Space Center, traffic moving along pretty smooth there. 37 Houston, same situation there as well. Let's go ahead and check in with photojournalist Alex Gomez. He's already made one loop around 410 with no major incidents or delays. Alex, how are things looking out there?
Yeah, this past hour has been flawless, RJ. Right now I'm on 281 northbound near the quarry. But you're right, a lot of drivers waking up this morning. It's a holiday, the 4th of July. They're going to hit the beach, hit the coast. And you know what? Make sure your car is ready. Top off all your fluids, your oils, your brake fluids, the coolant. Check your air pressure on your tires. Make sure those tires are full. You don't want a tire going out in the middle of the journey. And lastly, don't forget the snacks, RJ. My go-to snack are chips. I gotta have the Doritos. What's yours?
Well, I was gonna say usually anything at Buc-ee's, beaver nuggets or some beef jerky from Buc-ee's. Can't go wrong with that. By the way, I have some Buc-ee's 4th of July socks on right now. But yeah, great advice there from Alex. I sound like my dad in my ear right now.
Yeah.
Make sure your fluids. Yeah.
The snacks are the
Tire
best
pressure.
part.
Snacks. What about you, Steph?
I like at Buc-ee's also. They have ices.
Oh,
that's my go-to.
You do like the ices, yeah. Definitely. Thank you very much, Alex. We'll check in back with him here in just a bit.
Yeah, thank you, guys. New this morning, 4 people are in San Antonio police custody after 3 people were shot overnight. So it happened around 2:30 this morning in the area of Piedmont Avenue and Vanderbilt Street. This is on the city's southeast side. Now, police initially responded to a call about a group of males walking around shooting guns. And when they arrived, they found 3 males, including a 17-year-old with gunshot wounds. All 3 were taken to the hospital. At least 1 was in serious condition. Police detained all 4 suspects.
All right, CentroMed, we've been talking about this for weeks now. They are actually back online this morning after 2 months after its computers were hacked. So what does that mean for patients? Well, some tell KSAT that they've struggled to make appointments, refill prescriptions, and get to all of those important medical records. CentroMed says that patients can now do all of that again. CentroMed says that their computer systems were compromised on April 30th, and throughout that time, about 400,000 former and current patients' private information was at risk.
However, safely caring for patients remains our highest priority. Despite restrictions on the use of the electronic medical record, CentroMed has remained open and patients have been receiving care.
That was not my experience. They said walk in. I walked in. I needed a paper referral, a piece of paper that says, Mike, you can go see your cardiologist that you've been seeing for 2 years. This is not new stuff. And they couldn't do it.
And you see there, John Paul Barajas has been doing a lot of reporting on this. As for those compromised files, CentroMed's statement reads in part, quote, "We do not know precisely what data was potentially affected," end quote, adding that we have no evidence that patient data was used for or that any patient or associate is at a greater risk of fraud. But they're still asking anyone who believes that they're experiencing identity theft to call the toll-free number. The line is open Monday through Friday, 8 in the morning to 8 at night. All right, 4th of July is here, and as we gather for all of our nation's birthday, nothing says 4th of July like Old Glory flying high over our family celebrations.
And as our Patty Santos shows us, a local company is spreading patriotism around the world with U.S. flags made right here in the Alamo City.
Dixie Flag and Banner Company is celebrating its 66th year.
Since 1958, Alamo City hands have been proudly helping Old Glory look her best.
We make flags year-round.
Dixie Flag President Vanessa Van de Pew says summer is the patriotic season, with Memorial Day leading to Flag Day and 4th of July.
Over an entire year, we're selling probably close to like 4,000 United States flags.
That's custom-made flags, some as big as a football field, others displayed prominently all over the U.S.
We have made the flag for the George Washington Bridge. For a long time, that was the largest free-flying United States flag in the world, and it was the record holder. We also made a flag that was unfurled at the Freedom Tower 10 years after 9/11.
And Dixie Flag has been part of 6 presidential inaugurations.
Each piece is those stripes are individually sewn, and you can see the reinforced hemming.
Old Glory is beautiful and a bit complex. The 13 stripes and 100 stars, 50 on each side, all individually sewn.
We definitely recommend applique flags. So applique is when it's all sewn together. So it's not digitally printed because the colors stay truer and brighter longer.
Patty Santos, KSAT 12 News.
Yeah, that is incredible stuff there. The George Washington Bridge over the Hudson River. I didn't know that. That is really good information there from Patty. Well, Dixie Flag and Banner Company is part of the National Flag Manufacturers Association of America, and they're pushing for a bill called the Make American Flags in America Act of 2023.
Well, it's a bill that would require federal agencies to display flags that were sourced and made right here in the U.S.
Yeah, very interesting.
For sure. And then right now, we want to hear from you, speaking of 4th of July and flags, about fireworks. So how much are you willing to spend on them? You can head over to ksat.com/poll to put your vote in. And so if you're just joining us now, you're seeing more response. Earlier, we only had a few votes there for less than 20. Now we're at 33% for less than 20. And then you can see more than 100 there also at 33%. That's kind of interesting.
Well, no, it's like our producer, Colin, said in our ear right now, is like either you're going to spend a lot or you're going to spend a little. And that's exactly what we usually see throughout San Antonio when it comes to our fireworks displays. Personally, I'm not a big fireworks person, but I do like to get in the spirit. So
yeah,
a little bit of firework action for sure.
I like to watch the big displays, like sometimes from my house. Sometimes we'll drive by, and sometimes we'll actually like park and we'll walk like Woodlawn Lake or something like that.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we'd love for you guys to chime in. Check out that poll online right now.
Well, topping your morning headlines, at least 7 people have died so far in the Caribbean after Hurricane Beryl brushed by Jamaica as a Category 4 storm.
Yeah, this is something we've been following for days now. Hurricane Beryl also destroyed parts of the Union Island in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Hurricane warnings have been issued for the Cayman Islands and Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula as the storm moves closer to us. Beryl could impact Texas next week, possibly as a Category 1 hurricane. And right now on KSAT.com, Governor Greg Abbott has directed the Texas Division of Emergency Management to issue an advisory notice to prepare state agencies for a potential hurricane.
Well, Beryl could make landfall at the southern tip of the state as early as Sunday. So Governor Greg Abbott's office says plans are being made now to set up emergency and recovery teams. We're going to have that full story posted shortly on our website, ksat.com.
Yeah, definitely some developing information there. Well, 6:09 right now, and we've actually gone down a degree, 79 degrees outside.
Yeah, we'll take it at this point.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, still to come, a record number of Texans are expected to hit the roads for July 4th. why there could be some good news for drivers.
And after the break, a local Marine is thanking a national nonprofit organization for helping find his new passion in life. We'll meet him and his dog named Freedom in just a moment. Welcome back and happy 4th of July. While a local Marine is thanking a national nonprofit for helping him out find his new passion in life.
Our KSAT 12 producer Haley Powers introduces us to Ivan and his dog Freedom and shares a story of perseverance and determination.
I got stuck in the what now moment for a long time. It's very draining. It's something that makes you feel hopeless at times.
17 years ago, Ivan Perez's life changed forever. He was serving as a Marine in Iraq when he was shot by a sniper.
One of the rounds hit my hand, the other round hit my lower back, and it came out through the front right underneath my armor.
The shooting left him paralyzed in his legs, and he knew he would need help. That is when national nonprofit Semper Fi and Americans Fund stepped in. The organization provides financial assistance and lifetime support for military members who were hurt while serving. For Perez, they made his home wheelchair accessible. They turned the stray dog he found into a service dog, and they introduced him to hand cycling.
The hand cycle was just a very spiritual thing with me. It's weird to explain, but it's the one time that I can just stop thinking.
Hand cycling was something Perez was looking for as a way to stay healthy, and it's what led him to finding his best friend, Freedom, a German Shepherd puppy who was dumped on the side of the road.
Just kind of let him warm up to me, and after that, he just followed me home all the way. Probably 5-something miles.
Freedom's dedication to following Perez stuck out to him, and he knew Freedom deserved a second chance. The fund helped him with that process.
A lot of times it's really just my case manager. For example, is him. She was like, would you consider him being your service dog?
Freedom is now Perez's service dog, and his name is a reminder for Perez to live his life to the fullest.
The way that I found him, it was on the bike, and the biggest thing that comes to me when I'm on my bike is the freedom that I get whenever I just go and ride for hours.
Perez says he wouldn't be in the position he's in without the help of Semper Fi and America's Fund, and he hopes that any other veterans that need help aren't afraid to reach out and get it.
A disability doesn't happen and then you move on. Life continues after injury, right? That's where the fund kind of helps out a lot.
Haley Powers, KSAT 12 News.
My favorite video was Freedom running alongside with Ivan as he was cycling there. Yeah, lifelong friendship there.
Yeah, supporting him all the way.
Yeah, absolutely. Love that story right there from our producer, Haley Powers.
Yeah, thank you, Haley, for showing us Freedom. Looking out there with TransGuide. So far, RJ, we hadn't had any problems.
Yeah, as we take a look right there, that camera right by the airport, and things looking pretty good out there. Actually, if you're planning to fly, probably might be a good time to do so today because they're probably not going to see too many people out there as we take a look 281 at San Pedro. Let's check in with Alex Gomez because he is a man on the roads right now and drive cam. Alex, all right, look at that. You got at least a beautiful sunrise it's looking like there.
Yeah, and fly those flags high because check out the view this morning. If you're headed eastbound, this is what you're going to be looking at. Right now, I'm on the far northeast side, 1604 eastbound at O'Connor Road. It's a beautiful day. It's a holiday, the 4th of July. Happy Independence Day, RJ.
Same to you, Alex, out there as he continues to monitor the roads for us and things looking pretty good, Justin. Obviously, some people may be getting up now, thinking about their 4th of July plans later today.
I would imagine so. And with that sunrise, what a great way to start, right?
It's really pretty out there.
It really is. And this afternoon and this evening, for whatever plans you may have, it's going to be hot, yes, but that's something we're used to around here for July 4th. So that's no rain or cloud cover, anything like that's going to interrupt any sort of fireworks. We'll be up around 100 today. So right back where we were yesterday. Actually, yesterday we were at 99. So, a degree or two. 100 for a high. Feels like could be around 103. Even around 7 p.m., temperatures will still be in the 90s. And so for the fireworks forecast, most fireworks shows get started about 9 p.m. Temperatures will still be in the mid-90s at that point, 90 at 10 o'clock and then 85 at midnight. Mostly clear skies. Sunset is at 8:38. Outside, there's that sunrise again, just a few clouds. We actually had more earlier, and they are already starting to dissipate. So with full sun, at least for the first half of the day, it's going to warm up quickly. Here's what we're watching. Yes, we're going to get a better idea of what Beryl means for us here in San Antonio once it gets into the Gulf, and that happens tomorrow. I know, we want to get into the details, and we just can't yet. That's the way things go with these tropical systems. But I think once it emerges in the Gulf, the models will have a much better handle on it, and we'll have a much better idea of where it's headed. I will tell you, though, regardless of where she moves, if you have a trip to the beach, be careful this weekend because there's going to be riptides, there's going to be high surf, especially on Sunday. Okay, no matter where you go along the coast, even Galveston is probably going to see some higher waves. Rainfall in San Antonio. It's still too early to talk amounts, but I will tell you this. I think our odds are going up a little bit, and I'm encouraged by what I'm seeing. Now, look, when it comes to tropical systems, we certainly don't want a massive hurricane headed towards Texas, but if we can get a weak one that brings rain, that would be ideal, right? Right now, winds are at 120 miles per hour. I'm not sure what's wrong with the satellite picture there, but this is a Category 3 storm moving towards the Yucatan. It weakens. The wind shear is still there, so this thing probably goes down to Category 1 by tomorrow. Then it crosses over the Yucatan, moves into the Gulf of Mexico. At this point, it's in a weakened state, may even be kind of disorganized. But the warm waters of the Gulf will help to likely organize this once again. And the Hurricane Center still thinks that we could get back up to a Category 1 storm. I would not be surprised if it even goes a little bit higher than that. We've seen it happen before by early Monday. Right now, estimating winds at about 75 miles per hour. Anywhere from Corpus Christi to northern Mexico. That's the area that we're going to watch for potential landfall. I know folks in the valley are already starting to take precautions. That's smart. Anywhere along the southern Texas coast, this is what you want to watch very closely. As for us here in San Antonio, the question will be, what happens next? And notice we are in the cone of uncertainty as we get into Tuesday. Could we see some direct impacts? Possible. It's all going to depend on where this thing goes, and there's still a pretty wide margin here of what could play out and what could happen. First things first, though, on Saturday, we get a weak frontal boundary sinking, and that brings some rain chances. So 20 to 30% chance on Saturday. Make sure you have your umbrella with you if you're going to be outside. Sunday's probably somewhat quiet as we await Beryl. And if she does make landfall, let's say somewhere around Brownsville, that core of rain starts to move into deep South Texas by late Sunday. And then as we get into Monday, the question again will become, does it go due north? That would bring some windy and wet weather to San Antonio. Does it go more along the Rio Grande? If it does, that would be a pretty wet scenario for us. Or does it go further west? If it did that, we'd see probably slightly drier conditions. Either way, I think that we do have the chance for some good downpours in the area, but it's just we're still in that wait and see type mode. So 30% Saturday, 95 Sunday, 20%, and then we bring it up to a 40% as we get into next weekend because of the cloud cover and the impacts have brought temperatures down into the 80s.
It'd be nice to get a little break in temperatures and also some rain, but I hope our friends south don't get too much damage.
This is always one of those fine lines we walk with tropical weather. We do like it around here because it brings us rain. We just don't want damage along the coast, and maybe we walk that tightrope. We'll see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The cone of uncertainty, Justin.
The cone of uncertainty.
That's an interesting term there. Yeah, we will continue to monitor that situation. 621 right now, 79 degrees outside.
Well, let's look out there with live cam this morning. Not too bad of a morning. A pretty sunrise out there and a good time to maybe walk your dog before that sun comes out. Full sun and full heat. We'll be right back.
When your child has moderate to severe eczema, it's okay for them to show off. Show off their clearer skin and noticeably less itch with Dupixent. Because children 6 months and older with eczema have plenty of reasons to show off their skin. With Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists, they can stay ahead of their eczema. It helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema to help heal your child's skin from within. Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems, such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor. Show off to the world. Ask your child's eczema specialist about Dupixent.
Welcome back to Good Morning San Antonio. We are wishing you a very happy 4th of July as you hang out with us on this very important holiday.
That's right. Well, it is a busy travel day as people head out to see family and fireworks, and our Zaria Oates shares what the roads could look like today and over the weekend.
The bigger the holiday, the bigger those gas station demands get.
We're a 24-hour store, so there's a great demand for merchandise.
James Gunter is the general manager at the Flying J gas station on I-10 and Foster Road, and being on such a busy route, he's ready for all things holiday travel.
This is a huge shop.
AAA predicts about 70 million people will travel 50 or more miles over the 4th of July holiday. That's up 5% from 2023, and of those traveling, a projected 60 million people will drive, which means traffic.
Oh, lots of traffic. We ran into pretty good traffic in Houston, actually.
We've definitely seen a huge spike in sales, both in hot food sales, retail sales, as well as our cooler. Foot traffic has definitely impacted those areas.
And the expected increase of people on the roads for this holiday doesn't end until Sunday, July 7th.
It's picked up a little bit. It's picked up with 35, of course, it's pretty busy all the time, but it has picked up.
So give yourself plenty of time to get where you're going.
Happy 4th of July.
Zaria Oates, KSAT 12 News.
All right. I like that guy's shirt.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with that.
He's
on the 4th of July.
Ready to be festive.
Getting ready to go there. We're talking about snacks. Yeah, definitely don't want to forget that if you're road tripping.
That's what makes it fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I know all the important things like, check the oil and coolant and all that, but yeah, don't forget the snacks.
Definitely all of that. 6:26 right now and 79 degrees outside.
Let's look out there with a drive cam. Our Alex Gomez has a shot up there for us, and it's showing us that, you can see there was like a little construction there, but things are moving right now because not a whole lot of people on the roadways. We're going to get a check-in with him very soon. Welcome back. 6:30. Well, the 4th of July is here, and the party started early last night. So this is video from a fireworks show in Helotes. It really gets you excited to celebrate Independence Day.
Absolutely. Getting ready to hear a lot of that more and see a lot more of that. And that's definitely getting people on the mood on the 4th of July. Good morning. Thank you very much for hanging out with us on Good Morning San Antonio.
Yeah, it's a good preview. So some of you may not be able to enjoy the shows later this evening, but there you go. You got a sneak peek of what you can expect.
You're probably going to hear it for sure. Yeah,
you'll hear it for sure. So the good news is Justin's telling us that the weather is going to work out for the fireworks.
It will.
However, I guess we're also going to expect the heat during the day.
Well, sure. Yeah, it's going to be up near 100. And I plan to stay up until 9 o'clock. I got to get up at 2 a.m. tomorrow morning because
look at you. You're dedicated, man. Dedicated. Yeah. America.
Yes.
Yes. There we go.
Turn up the patriotic music and let's take a look at Oliver, who's ready for July 4th. I mean, when you go to the store and you buy like a picture frame and it has like the stock picture in it, that's what I feel like that's like so.
Yeah, very just patriotic.
American right there. I love it. That's from Lavernia. Lisa sent that in. Thank you so much. And don't forget, I know we already said it earlier in the show, but those pups, they get a little freaked out by the fireworks. So, make sure you keep them enclosed and make sure they're microchipped because a lot of times they do like to run off when those fireworks are going off. Outside right now, 80 degrees here in San Antonio, 78 New Braunfels, 75 Bernie, 77 in Kerrville. It's not a bad morning. You can feel the humidity. We've had a few clouds, but there's not going to be much in the way of cloud cover today. And the fireworks forecast, 95 at 8 o'clock, 90 at 10 p.m., midnight 85. We've got mostly clear skies. Could be a little bit breezy, but yes, not bad for all the festivities that are going on across South Texas. And there are many events. In the short term, we're going to be up near 100 today. 94 at 1 o'clock, 100 4 o'clock, and 96 at 7 p.m. That feels like number, probably up above 100. Of course, the bigger story is going to be what's going on with Beryl and where it's headed. We've got another update for you coming up in just a couple minutes. RJ?
All right. Thank you very much, Justin. And thank you to Oliver, who's already celebrating Independence Day for us. I-35 San Marcos traffic moving along pretty smooth there. Now, we are getting reports, text out right now, of a stalled vehicle, I-10 West at Frio Street. And the construction there obviously has been causing some delays for some folks over the past couple of days. So let's go ahead and check in photojournalist Alex Gomez. At last check, it looked like he was at the scene of some construction going on there. So, Alex, go ahead and let us know where you're at, my man.
Yeah, well, this is where construction is normally taking place. This is the northeast side, 35 southbound at O'Connor Road. But with the holiday, the construction crews are off. And you know what? It's much needed too. They're doing some hard work out here. This is 35 South at O'Connor Road. Normally on a typical day, these lanes are packed, but not today. And you know what? I think some of you in the studio are dressed for the holiday. I want in on this. I got the red shirt, the red flag. I got the American flag up here and the Old Glory sunglasses. Happy Independence Day. You know what? I'm showing up to all the barbecues in this outfit, RJ.
Oh, you're swagging on a different level right now, man. I mean, look at that. You got the shades going on, the baseball cap. I like it, man. Looking good.
Sure. Yeah, even your blue jeans, the whole ensemble, Alex.
Alex,
I love it.
I'm ready.
Rocking
I'm ready
the
to get the grill going.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Right.
You're definitely going to be welcome anywhere you pull over. There's a barbecue that you're going to be just, they're going to like come and join us.
Totally,
You're ready for the event.
Thanks a lot, Alex.
Well, this morning, most offices for the city of San Antonio will be closed for the July 4th holiday. However, emergency crews will be available and the city's outdoor pools will also be open. So in case you need a break from the heat, we have that full list on our website at KSAT.com.
All right, and this is something we've been talking about. Obviously, there's a lot of things going to be going on at night, but if you are celebrating Independence Day today, you may want to think about celebrating early as well. There are a lot of places hosting family-friendly events this morning before things really heat up.
That's true for all the kiddos. So our Patty Santos is at the Pearl where the celebration kicks off in just a few hours. Hey, good morning, Patty.
Hey there, good morning. This is where all the lawn games are going to be put up. This is where the DJ is going to be playing. There's also opportunities to take pictures here at the Pearl with that new mural that was just finished yesterday. And this is really starting from 9 until noon. It's a good opportunity for families with kids who don't want to be out in that extreme heat later today. Just celebrate in a way that, makes it fun for everyone because heat-related illnesses can come on suddenly. So make sure you are drinking water, taking in salty foods or electrolytes. And doctors say keep an eye on yourself and on others.
All of a sudden, the person might forget their name, not know where they are, and might not know who you are. Any of those kinds of signs are that it's progressing to that dangerous, very dangerous level. It starts.
And signs of heat illness can include a throbbing headache, confusion, nausea, dizziness, a fast, strong pulse, even fainting. And if a person has some of these signs, if they're really sick, you might want to, of course, cool them off and then take them to the doctor right away to make sure that they're not suffering any long-term illnesses because of any heat-related symptoms. But have fun out there, guys. We'll send it back to you.
Thank you, Patty. And of course, the Pearl has lots of places with shade, and they have the splash pad out there as well.
Yeah, and interesting that they're doing this. So we were talking about this during one of our breaks, that they're doing this from 9 o'clock to noon. Kind of interesting, kind of a good way to beat the heat out there and still kind of take part in 4th of July celebrations.
That's true. Or maybe they're going to be like hopping around the city. Like you could start at the Pearl and then maybe end up at Woodlawn Lake to see the fireworks. Right?
Yeah, lots of ways to celebrate. And of course, we are talking fireworks this morning. And how much are you willing to spend on those fireworks? Well, bundle packs of them are usually a hot item right about now.
That's right. And depending on how big you want to go, you could expect to pay in the hundreds or even the thousands of dollars for them. So we recently went out to a fireworks warehouse off of Southton Road near I-37 to get an idea.
So these are around $4. The big bundle pack is $180, but it does come with a lot of different items, so it groups it down and really saves yourself some money on those.
Meanwhile, it's a lot there. Meanwhile, other people simply are not willing to pay top dollar for fireworks.
So our Zaria Oates caught up with a customer at the Flying J gas station earlier this week.
What's the most amount you would pay for fireworks?
Wow, before you would get pretty much for 50 bucks. Now you get very less for 50 bucks. So I would not go past $100.
All right, my man saying inflation's hurting the fireworks business there. Well, a friendly reminder, if you're someone that's planning to shoot off your own fireworks, well, that could actually come up with a hefty fine depending where you live. The use of fireworks in the city, that is going to be illegal and could carry a fine of up to $2,000 for anyone who gets caught using them.
Well, if you're still trying to figure out where to celebrate, we have you covered on KSAT.com. We have a list of places where you can see the fireworks this Independence Day in San Antonio and the surrounding areas.
Yeah, definitely a lot of ways to do it safe. Many places have parades, races, food events. Can't go wrong with food on 4th of July, and live music planned as well. Woodlawn Lake, that is always a crowd favorite. It gets pretty packed out there. So if you're heading out there to watch the fireworks, those will begin at 9 o'clock tonight.
So a reminder to see that full list, you can just look on KSAT.com. And right now, we also want to hear from you about how much are you willing to spend on fireworks? So you can head over to ksat.com/poll to vote. And it looks like we are back to what we were earlier this morning, RJ.
Yeah, these are always interesting to see the way that they kind of change throughout the morning. So right now it's kind of split between either you're going to spend more than $100 or you know what, you're just not. Maybe you're just going to go and watch some of the city fireworks celebrations or one of those displays maybe out at SeaWorld, Six Flags Fiesta Texas. But of course, a lot of people here do like to also shell out a lot of money for fireworks.
Yes, so it's either the extreme, it's either more than 100 or less than 20, but at this hour, it looks like the less than 20s have it.
Yeah, definitely. So continue to vote on our poll. We want to hear from you guys and let you know about your fireworks spending habits out there. Okay, 6:39 right now, 79 degrees outside.
Well, just ahead, you have heard a lot about hurricanes and natural disasters recently, which can really hurt your finances. Ivan Herrera is back and tells us how to protect your most valuable stuff. Well, welcome back at 6:43. Well, natural disasters can happen at any time, and it's crucial to ensure your belongings and your personal information are secure in case of an emergency.
Yeah, very important there. Digital journalist Ivan Herrera has some advice on what you can do to protect what matters most to you.
Devastating floods, wildfires, and other natural disasters can destroy your most treasured items and important documents like your social security card, birth certificate, or your marriage license. So, being prepared before a natural disaster is crucial in case you're ever caught in an emergency. Here's some tips to help you prepare.
First, make a list of your possessions and documents and take photos of them if necessary. Your household inventory can help you with insurance claims later. You'll also want to take advantage of the technology tools at your disposal. You can use online bill pay, virtual safe deposit boxes, and cloud storage options. This could make it easier to recover your records and update them. If you have some documents that can't be stored virtually, consider purchasing a lockable, fireproof file box to keep them secure.
You can also rent a safe deposit box at your local bank. Some banks may offer virtual safe deposit boxes to store your photos, videos, and documents, including your household inventory. Remember to update your list of possessions and personal information at least once a year.
Now let's break down some of those tips for you. When you're making a list of valuables and important documents, keep those files in a secure place where you can easily access them, as an insurance adjuster is likely to need that information after a disaster strikes. Now you can use cloud storage tools like iCloud or Google Drive to ensure that your data and inventory list are password protected, and you can access them even when you're not home. Another tech tool that could come in handy is AutoPay. Now this can help ensure that you don't get behind on your bill and loan payments to avoid taking a hit on your credit score. Now for more tips on credit scores, plus tips on this story, head to ksat.com/money. Back to you guys.
Yeah, Ivan. And of course, obviously with the storm on its way, especially in South Texas, definitely a lot of interesting things to protect what matters most to you guys.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Good
absolutely.
reminders. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ivan. All right, let's check in real quick with traffic as we take a look at our TransGuide traffic cameras. And again, things have been looking pretty good. The only thing we're seeing right now, I-10 West at Frio downtown area, still have a stalled vehicle out there. And of course, they've been doing a lot of that bridge joint work in that area as well. So if you're headed northwest of downtown, keep that one in mind. All right, Alex Gomez, he's on the roads for us, and earlier he showed us his Stars and Stripes swag out there. Alex, there we go.
Yay.
How are
Happy
things looking,
4th.
man? Yeah.
I love it.
You're just cruising, bro,
Things
through the
are
streets.
looking great out here, RJ. You know what? I've been driving since 5 a.m. and it's still looking the same out here on the roadways. Check out the east side right here. This is going to be 35 southbound near New Braunfels Avenue, and the roads are great. You know what? No long lines of traffic. In fact, there's probably going to be longer lines at HEB. You got to get those last minute things, the burgers, the hot dogs. So I hope you're ready for the holiday, guys.
Oh yeah, cannot wait. Yeah, to eat some good food today and also enjoy some fun fireworks shows out there. As we know, we definitely like to have a good time when it comes to fireworks.
Yeah, we're ready to go. My husband went to the store last night.
Good stuff, Alex. We appreciate it, man. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Alex. And happening right now, the latest track of Hurricane Beryl shows the storm could hit the Texas coast as a Category 1 hurricane. So you're looking at a self-service sandbag filling station in Corpus Christi as the coast gets ready to see rain and a potential storm surge.
Yeah, and we've been talking about that throughout basically the entire week, Justin. Hurricane Beryl is out Caribbean, making its way into the Gulf of Mexico. So
it's a hurricane that's set records in many respects as far as strength and length of time it was at. Cat 4, Cat 5. I mean, this is setting records left and right. Started way out in the Caribbean, and I know we've been mentioning it a lot, but it takes time, and it does appear that it will eventually make its way towards either deep South Texas or northern Mexico. And that's why you saw the sandbags there in Corpus Christi. And we know that folks here have a lot of family and friends down in the valley. This is one of those situations where we want to keep really close tabs on how this evolves. This is the latest. The 4 a.m. update. I'm waiting for the 7 a.m. update. It'll come in any second. I don't know if it'll come in while we're on air right now, but sometimes they put it out a little bit early. But as of right now, Category 3 hurricane, winds at 120 miles per hour. It's just south of the Cayman Islands right now, working its way off to the west-northwest at about 20 miles per hour. And the track takes it towards Cancun and Cozumel, Tulum, as a Category 1 hurricane. So we think it weakens a little bit more today. This is by Friday 1 a.m. Winds are about 90 miles per hour. That's the projected wind speed. Crosses over the Yucatan. This will weaken it, and this could be a sort of a disorganized mess as it gets into the Gulf. But one thing we know about the Gulf, the waters are warm, tends to organize these storms, and I think we could see some reorganization as we get into the weekend. By the time we get into Sunday morning, this is actually a Monday morning, 1 a.m., winds return to Category 1 strength, or at least the potential is there for that. Could it strengthen a little bit more? Sure. It really is going to depend on what state it is in once it crosses over the Yucatan. That will also give us more information on where this thing tracks. So by tomorrow, I think we're going to have a much better idea of what to expect. But right now, anywhere from Corpus Christi down to northern Mexico is in the potential path of this storm. And we hope that it stays maybe a tropical storm or a weak hurricane. We don't have that much damage. Maybe we just get some rain out of this. That would be best case scenario. Then it moves potentially up the Rio Grande. Again, could be northern Mexico, could be South Texas. Either way, this is going to throw some tropical moisture in our direction as we get into late Monday into early Tuesday. And that could have some impacts here in San Antonio. These are all things we're going to watch as this system unfolds. But one thing we do know for sure, regardless of the path that it takes, this is going to produce some high surf, rip currents, and coastal flooding along the Texas coast, really anywhere. Even if it goes into northern Mexico, we know that the waves pile up here on the Texas coast. So be extra careful if you're planning to go to the coast this weekend, especially on Sunday. You may even want to rethink it. Here's the spaghetti plots, and they are starting to focus in right where we showed you. Deep South Texas, northern Mexico. That's kind of the consensus as it stands right now. This still can change, and probably will a little bit, again, once this reemerges out into the Gulf of Mexico. Rain chances here in San Antonio at 40% next week to account for some of that tropical moisture. And we need to mention Saturday. Saturday, we get a weak front in here, not really associated with the tropical weather, that could bring some showers and storms. So that's the day we need to watch. Forecast heat index today up around 104, 105. This shows 107. Maybe not quite that hot, but with the humidity the way it is and temperatures expected to be around 100, know that it will be very steamy today for all your 4th of July plans. 99 tomorrow, 97 Saturday. There's that rain chance we talked about. And then with Beryl, potentially some tropical downpours and some cooler temperatures as we get into Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
And some good information, especially on the coast, because I know a lot of people have had to maybe change up their plans for the weekend. My buddy usually goes down to South Padre Island. He actually went up to Austin for the next couple of days instead.
Probably a better choice. And again, even if Beryl goes into Mexico, it still can have impacts on the Texas coast.
All right, well, we hope everybody's okay.
Yes.
Thank you, Justin. Time now, 6:51 and 78 degrees for now.
All right, we are taking you outside live cam, and the skies are clear right now, but that will probably not be the case later tonight as we celebrate the 4th of July, expecting to see a lot of fireworks light up the skies across the beautiful city of San Antonio. We will be back with a check of traffic and weather coming up. Welcome back. It is almost 6:55, and if you need to know where you can find the best spots for watching fireworks, well, guess what? We have got you covered online on KSAT.com. All you got to do is scan the QR code that you see on your screen right there. We have celebrations all over the city, from the Pearl up 35 to San Marcos, shout out Texas State University, to Bernie and Kerrville in the Hill Country. Don't laugh, Justin. We have a convenient and complete list available for you online right now.
Yeah, and don't forget, if you're around Helotes, those fireworks, that happened last night.
Yeah, that was a pretty good
Yeah.
show, but do expect a lot of fun fireworks tonight throughout the rest of the city. All right, let's give you one more quick look at our TransGuide traffic cameras, and everything looking pretty good out there. We had that stalled vehicle earlier, I-10 West at Frio, so just keep that one in mind if you're headed northwest of downtown. Right now, I-37 on the southeast side of downtown, traffic moving pretty good. East side of town, 37 Hackberry, same situation. Just not seeing too many people on the roads right now, but you know what? Maybe as people get up, make some final runs to the grocery store, maybe get a little bit more people out there, Justin.
I think so.
Some people waking up right now. I guarantee it. Yes, good morning to you. And expect a high temperature today right around 100. Fireworks festivities, it'll be warm, but mostly clear. As we look at the extended forecast, this is where things get interesting. Saturday, we have a chance for showers and storms with a frontal boundary, weak front. But then beyond that, what goes on with Beryl? It's looking increasingly likely that we'll at least get some showers and downpours, so we'll continue to keep you updated.
All right, thank you, Justin. Thanks for joining us. Have fun out there.
Be safe, y'all. See you at 9.